Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering why you should hire a ghostwriter to finish your book. If you're watching this video, you're probably struggling and stuck, but the right ghostwriter can help you do the unthinkable. By the end of this video, you will learn the popularity of ghostwriting, the power of getting your time back, and how important it is to connect your book to your purpose. And stay tuned until the end of the video for a free resource I really think you're going to enjoy. Let's dive in. Ghostwriting is everywhere. It's the hidden hand behind speeches, behind music, behind books. We're focusing in this video on books. Go to any bookstore, pick up a book, and it's likely that you're picking up a book that was written in tandem with a ghostwriter. Ghostwriters are common. I've ghostwritten about 30 books myself, and I know of people who've ghostwritten hundreds. It's a special process to be able to work as a ghostwriter, to help people bring their stories forward, to help people connect their story with their purpose. You know, and it's something that without that experience, without that background, it's tough to learn. Like, it's really tough to figure out. I remember when I first got into book writing myself, and I thought I knew how to write a book, you know, because I had a journalism background and because I could write a lot of copy and write a lot of text, you know, in short amounts of time. But I quickly found that I really didn't understand. There's lots of nuances to book writing that really make it different and really make it special. And you wouldn't know those things just by writing a book yourself. You really need to work with people who have done this for a living, work with people who have done it a lot of times. For me, it took 5 years. It took 5 years for me to really unlock my message, my power as a book writer and ghostwriter. And it's going to take you time too. So if you're frustrated and if you're hitting a wall, I get it. And we've all been there at some point. One of the biggest keys to working with a ghostwriter is they help you finish a book that otherwise would not get completed. I've worked with so many authors who were sitting on books for years and years and years and stuck, not getting anywhere. I think back to a friend of mine, Molly. She was working on a book about her dancing journey and her stories through adulthood. And she had spent a decade working on this book. And it was well written, but the structure was just, it struggled. You know, the structure wasn't fully fleshed out. You know, so it was a lot of great, powerful stories, but the message wasn't clear. And I worked with her for just a little while to help her, you know, really figure out her story. And it was really powerful and special. But I think about how long it would have taken Molly to get there herself. And I don't know. Like, I think there's some people I work with that they may never get there. And that's a struggle. Like, it's a tough thing to think about where after working on so many books, I can see all the pieces coming into place. But if you're just working on this on your own, you may never get there. You may never see those other pieces. So it really helps to work with a ghostwriter, even on a short-term basis, to be able to flesh out your story, the purpose, your message, the takeaway, the reader journey. All of those things matter, and you may overlook key elements and pieces if you don't work with a ghostwriter. One of the best things about working with a ghostwriter, you get your time back. Think about how much time you spend writing a book, hour after hour, long weekends, nights, scheduling time during the day. If you're working with a ghostwriter, you meet with them 1 hour a week, we'll say. That's typically how long I meet with my clients. That's it. They devote an hour a week to the book, and I devote the writing time. So I'm going and writing the book while they're running a company or living their busy life or juggling lots of different things. And it's awesome to be able to help authors be efficient with their time and refine their message at the same point. You know, it's bringing out the best of the story and getting your time back. It's a 2-for-1 thing. It's awesome. The most powerful thing that I do as a book ghostwriter is help the authors I work with to connect their message to their deeper purpose. What is your purpose? What are you trying to accomplish? And what do you hope will happen after the book is finished and published? Whatever that step is, you need to figure out how the book is going to help you get there. You know, if you want to be thought of as a thought leader and write a book on a specific topic, that's a great thing. If you want a book to lead to speaking engagements or better interview requests, You really need to position yourself a certain way. A book ghostwriter can help you get from point A to point B in a more efficient way than you doing it yourself. And they've been through this process so they can actually, guide you and give you peace of mind as you're stepping into the unknown. It gets a little less scary. It gets a little bit less daunting when you're working with somebody who's been there before and knows the way forward. Working with a book ghostwriter shows that you're committed to this, shows that you want to bring out the best in your message, and recognizes that you want to bring story experts into the equation to help you tell the best story possible. But even with all of those best intentions, so many things can go wrong, which is why I really think you should watch the next video. It's called 7 Critical Steps to Working with Your Ghostwriter. In that video, I cover the mindset needed when working with the ghostwriter, as well as how to follow your gut if something just doesn't feel right. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.